Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live cast of the SpyParty Summer Cup 2019. The round of 16 in the bracket stage is well underway, and joining me tonight is my co-caster Renmilia.
Hello, 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 and welcome back, everybody. We've got our second match of the round of 16 coming up tonight between Turnipboy and Virifaux.
Yeah, let's take a look at both of these players' journeys in the Summer Cup so far. Virifaux was coming out of Group A. This group had Harren, T-Flame, and Basic in it. A lot of people predicted that Virifaux would get first, so it was very surprising when T-Flame beat Virifaux in the first week. But then Virifaux went on to win his other two matches. T-Flame didn't get another win, and so Virifaux still ended up making it out in first, and T-Flame left the Summer Cup there.
Viri the myth, the legend, one of these old school players, has the most casual games played out of anybody, I believe, and yet they haven't played in a lot of competitive matches, and it's always a little bit different in tournament. And we saw some of that with that first loss to T-Flame, but they still got out of the group and they're coming in hot.
Yeah, I think versus Turnipboy, this is going to be Virifaux's biggest test that he's faced since that match with T-Flame. Turnipboy got first place in his group, took out Mr. Rogers, took out the Joker, took out Quicklime. That's 3 wins. That gives you 3 points per win for a total score of 9, which is the highest you can get in the group stages. They weren't the most dominant wins. I think it's a 5-3, 5-3, and a 6-2, but still a very strong showing.
And yet they are wins, arguably even upsets. Turnipboy is someone who was kind of stuck in the middle of the bronze division in SCL, which is where a ton of highly skilled players were all clustered together. And as a result, each individual one of them maybe got less attention than they should have. And we're seeing one of these breakout performances from Turnipboy in this Summer Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone knows that Turnipboy is a really strong player, and that was just a strong division that he was in during SCL. Not surprised to see Turnipboy make it here to the round of 16, and I think it's just really hard to say how well either of these players will do in this match.
Indeed, I honestly have no predictions for this one. Virifaux, an old school player, we're kind of new school casters, Dels and I, both of us. I've honestly never seen Virifaux play before this Summer Cup, and I've been super excited to watch their journey through this bracket.
Yeah, Virifaux took out Kuma Kid last week, but it was a 6-4 match. I mean, Kuma Kid has gotten really good, really fast. We see that a lot, but he made it out of his group stage as a new player in his first competitive debut, and then kept it really close against Virifaux last week and has been playing well. So it's hard to look at that result and say, oh, Virifaux only got 6 points against, a newer player, because that newer player has actually gotten very good. Meanwhile, Turnipboy was up against Max Edward Snacks last week. A lot of people expected that match to go closer than it was, but Turnipboy pulled out a pretty strong win there.
That was a boppening, as we say.
I mean,
So
yeah,
tonight we're going to be seeing the same maps here as in the round of 32. It's the same map set. We're going to be starting off on Moderne, and then Gallery, and then Terrace, and Veranda, and Balcony. Maybe we'll go to extra time and see a few maps. We can hope for that. Maybe we won't.
we're praying for it. We have not seen any match go to extra time so far in the round of 32 or in the round of 16, which is really surprising. There are a lot of good players here, and you would expect matches to end up tied 5-5 after the first 10 games, but it just hasn't happened. A lot of 6-4s though, but I guess Balcony sort of does that. You go into Balcony tied, you think it's going to stay tied, and then just, someone just sweeps it.
No tie party in the bracket stage yet. Shocking. Looks like we have loaded up the match here. We're waiting for the players to synchronize, and we're going to get started on Moderne here in just a moment.
Yeah, it's 29 minutes on the clock, so the match is scheduled to start exactly on the half hour, and I think we're just going to wait for the players. They're probably waiting for that half hour mark as well here. So, just looking at, we know Turnip Boy's competitive history so far. and we can definitely say that Turnipboy is a very strong sniper on Modern. His gallery sniper game is strong as well, though not as strong as Spy. And then Terrace and Veranda are just venues that Turnipboy has not played competitively a lot. And as you were saying, Virifaux has not played competitively at all until this Summer Cup. So it's pretty exciting. It's hard to know how any of these venues are going to go, really.
Yeah, we can't cheat. We have no stats. All we have to go on are the stats for the venues themselves, really. Modern, kind of known as being sniper favored. That's what we would expect to see in these first two games. I think most of the matches have wound up that way, but there's always a potential for anything to happen, and Turnipboy is going to be the first to try and make it happen. Starting us off here as Rocker, here we are in the match.
Yeah, we bumped into the ambassador there. We picked up a highlight. I think that was an accident. We were trying to highlight the ambassador, but Turnipboy must have felt the laser there and was like, do not bug. Don't bug right now.
No chaos bugs, no chaos time ads, not even going to our seduction target, just starting off in a conversation, idling with Seek here for a bit, and now it looks like we're going to go over and join Teal at the statues here, pick up inspects and flirt progress. A
Yeah,
little
that's a
bit
good
of soft
idea.
tell work.
I mean, I was about to say, you just cannot afford to wait that long for your flirt on Modern. I know, it had only been 30 seconds, but you don't even have those 30 seconds. Your pacing is vital, and Turnipboy knew it, and that's why he said, nope, I need to go for the ST right away, even if she's at statues. And so Virifaux, not a camper-style player at all, so we're not seeing a highlight for the statues, but that doesn't mean Virifaux doesn't know about the statue visit. I'm sure Turnipboy will get a highlight if he visits statues again.
Oh, for sure. Everybody at this level, they know basic things like who's been to statues, who's been to a bookshelf, who's been to the bar. Speaking of which, we are picking up our delegate potential on the Purloin guest list. No real
Ooh.
reason not to. We're not sure if we're going to fire it off. We also don't fire off the bug again. Hashtag don't bug, don't bug, don't bug.
Yeah, wow. I thought we were going for it. I mean, we were trying to walk alongside the ambassador there, but I guess in the moment, Turnipboy realized it wasn't safe. Ponytail walking by the ambassador. Queen walking by the ambassador. So many potential bugs to credit there, and I don't even think that Virifaux had the right angle to know for sure that those people didn't bug. So, ooh, I like that bouncing as well with Irish. That looked pretty good.
Ooh. It did look good. We also have gulped our drink and we have sent Queen off to take the guest list, which she has now done. Let's see if Fury responds to this.
Yep, highlight
There's
coming
a
up on
highlight.
Turnipboy. Virifaux knows that Rocker was at the bar.
I think that highlight indicates that we are absolutely on to Rocker here. Her drink being gone so quickly is also a bit of a tell. If Viri knows she was at the bar, he also knows she should have a drink. And she should stay and read that book for a little while instead of just yanking it out like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can yank it out, but, you know, it's more suspicious than not, because it's what spies like to do. Contact coming off here as well. That back right convo
Banana
pretty
red.
empty. The front left one totally empty. And the other conversation doesn't even have an SDA.
So this is one of those brutal things that can happen to you on Modern. If you fire off your contact at the wrong time, even though it looks like there's a ton of people in conversation, the two SDAs are not in. We are the only conversation with real.
Yeah, and it's not even...
don't see this ending well.
Yeah, it's not even is Virifaux gonna highlight for real BB, it's that he already knows Rocker is the suspect for the Purloin, and oh look, she's in the only conversation with an SDA. Now she's putting this book back, and because we were already highlight when we took it out, I have to assume that Virifaux is on top of this, and yet, he's not taking a shot. Maybe Rocker's not as big of a suspect as we thought?
The book is in, the microfilm is transferred, now we're going to the statues. This is actually the finish there. Viri, you gotta shoot.
I don't think Viri's shooting. If he wasn't shooting for the microfilm. Oh, is he going to line up the shot? He's considering it, but he has to take it. He has 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. No
Spy
shot.
accomplished mission. Spy win on Modern. Yow.
Wow.
What a performance from Turnipboy there.
That was great from Turnipboy, and I feel just, unfortunately, a little bit of a letdown from Virifaux there. You had the party narrowed down from the Purloin, theoretically. And then you also could have narrowed it down even further from noticing that only one conversation had a real banana bread, and Virifaux wasn't able to do it and couldn't shoot someone who had real BB and was finishing inspects in the last minute. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe trying to mission count and we just weren't on top of the microfilm. Clearly, we weren't on top of the microfilm, or that would have just been a shot right there. Knew she was a suspect for the purloin, but it just didn't wind up working out. Couldn't bring himself to take the shot in the last few seconds.
Yeah, I mean that's huge for Turnipboy to get your spy win on Modern. It shouldn't be too hard for Turnipboy to get a sniper win here as well, and then he would sweep the first venue and already have a lead right at the start. Not there yet, though. Let's see if he can catch Viri taking this bug path on the Ambassador.
There's the same path that we were talking about in just the previous game. Ambassador standing at that blue bookshelf. Their back is vulnerable to anybody else who decides to take that horizontal back path between the bar, the bookshelves, the statues, anything passing behind that couch. We took the bug, and it looks like we got away with it.
Yeah, there's no highlight from Turnipboy for it. Turnipboy is more of a camper, so he's just going to be highlighting for the statues. But he might still remember that we took that bug path. We're also getting a microfilm here, so much cover. Salmon was giving us cover, that conversation with hair in it, and the Ambassador was giving us cover, and Turnipboy wasn't guarding it at all, just didn't have the angle, which suggests to me that Seek is not really a suspect.
Yes, indeed. Although you'd have to try pretty hard to get an angle on that one. As you say, there was so much cover there. Even though there was a white test and I was looking at it on the sniper view, I barely saw anything. Really nice timing from Viri.
What were we doing in that conversation? We entered it, we stayed there for maybe one idle cycle, I think, and then we left.
Maybe hoping for the double agent to come in or the seduction target to go somewhere. I think we definitely have to be chasing our seduction target.
No, we don't.
I shouldn't say that, though. Caster's Curse. Seduction target comes to us. This is
not
the
a
power
curse.
of 30,000 games.
That's a blessing. That was the caster's blessing. Oh, wow, 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 look at that, going for the briefcase. Sorry, put it down, like, as we were walking, and we just went right for it. And I kind of like that because spies don't often start going for a briefcase so quickly after it's just been put down, so I think it doesn't look suspicious, and you just take your chance at getting the difficult fingerprint. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, and now we have to hope that Turnipboy knew there was no fresh print on that briefcase. Oh, and we don't even get the flirt either. We tried to get it, and the seduction target left right away, but we're going to go for the microfilm. Again,
Green test.
yeah, doesn't have the
Green
angle
test
to
is
see
gone.
it.
So that, again, is a clean microfilm in response. Bug and microfilm are both done. We have 2 statues inspected already. All we need is Seduce, another statue, and a contact to finish this game. It looks like we're going to get a drink instead, maybe go for a purloin.
Yeah, that's a possibility here. I mean, you need to do your Seduce and your contact, but maybe you go contactless at this point? If you can do the purloin and then you finish your inspect. No, there's the contact coming off.
And we're sending Irish off to the bar. Good old Green Jess, the real double agent. Right after contacting her, we tell her to take the guest list for us. For once, something actually works out according to the incredibly canon SpyParty lore. We're going to be going in to finish our Seduce at this point, hoping for a green test. We get the green test. There's the guest list purloin. We're in Mission Wing Countdown. Turnipboy's laser is over on the right side. He's looking at Ducat statues. This is going to be a return of the serve and a second spy win on Modern. What a match so far.
Wow, I think, yeah, delegating to the double agent worked because Turnipboy just wasn't watching for the double agent to take the list. And, I mean, wow, I'm shocked. Turnipboy didn't catch the microfilm, didn't give any suspicion for the bug, and then just wasn't watching that purloin either. I'm surprised by both of these spy wins.
3 hardtails on Modern. Just do it. Why not? You don't need statues. You don't need fingerprints.
I mean,
just do hardtails.
We didn't even finish the inspects. We picked up a highlight for them, which made our life harder, and we didn't even finish them, and it didn't even matter.
Well, Well, did it make our life harder though? Because when you highlight someone for one visit to statues, you expect them to do a second visit and finish inspects if they're the spy. So maybe that single visit, that partial progress, actually worked out in our favor. That could actually apply to the briefcase too. We had partial progress on inspects and fingerprints, but completion on neither.
That's true. Turnipboy might have just been thinking, all right, keep watching Seek. If he finishes statues, he's maybe the spy, or if he finishes prints. But it didn't happen, and it's sort of similar to going contactless. You go not finish inspectless. Oh, that didn't work. I red tested my casting again, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. What I don't know is how this match is going to end up. We thought that things were broken out in a really big way after that first spy win, but now it's just back to a 1-1 tie. The same as if they had played boring sniper party like we see so many other times.
Yeah,
Well, on
that's
to
so
gallery we
funny.
go.
Yep, we have Turnipboy here as Ponytail already grabbed a book out, pathing by the ambassador here, but wisely deciding not to take this bug. We really want to fit into this conversation, and it looks like there's room between Wheels and Disney there. We're sort of jammed in, but I think that's just because of Wheels' giant hitbox, because of his, wheels. Oh god, he left.
Yes. That is something that confuses a lot of players, including myself. Wheels is just not as large as his physical model suggests. His circle on the ground, his actual character profile, is the exact same size as everybody else's. So you can absolutely squeeze in next to him in a conversation. Just clip inside the wheelchair, it's no big deal.
Yeah, basically we should have clipped inside the wheelchair rather than clipping close to Disney. I don't think it matters either way. I don't think the sniper was watching for it, but you can actually get a lot from watching that front conversation in gallery, so that is something you could have noticed, Ponytail jamming herself in. But the flirt didn't work out there, so we went in for it over here, and that means 2 minutes left on the clock now, and all we have is 34% flirt and a book out. And a
And a
bug!
bug! That's beautiful. Oh, the reverse drive-by going through Wheels. Completely invisible. Twins covering us up from the front. Wheels covers us up in the back. There's no way that was seen. What a beautiful bug.
Yeah,
Bit of a lucky path, but that's why you take that position in conversation, to be prepared if the ambassador takes that path.
yeah, and now Turnipboy has to make a decision. Is he going to just get away with that bug and go for soft tells, or is he going to risk dying anyway to a hard tell? And it looks like we've put
No.
the book in green, and we've gotten away with it. So Turnipboy went for the risky play there, just trusted that Virifaux wouldn't really remember where the book came from, and he was correct. No! Ambassador, get away! We don't want to be credited for a potential bug here.
This is a scary position.
Yeah, we just stood there.
But
We waited for the
hopefully it's
ambassador
fine.
to leave, and we never leaned at all. We said, nope, I'm not bugging the ambassador here. Look at me. I'm not bugging. I'm not bugging. Hashtag.
Can we get a flirt here with Wheels, though? I don't think we can. Turnip Boy doesn't think so either.
Oh no,
It's
this
going
is
to be a
bad.
contact out front.
We got highlit right when we entered that conversation, which means that Virifaux was watching and knows that we instantly talked after entering the conversation, and a contact came off. This is horrible for Turnipboy. He's become a suspect now because this is how Virifaux snipes. He doesn't care about the hard tells, he doesn't care about mission tracking, but he's highlit you for something, and then you instantly talked and a banana bread came out. Oh my god, the laser is following Turnipboy right now. Turnipboy is in massive trouble right now. But can Virifaux really take a shot for a flirt? And can Turnipboy get it in the next 15 seconds at this green bookshelf?
10 seconds. It's going to be at the bookshelf, at a distance to Wheels. There's the flirt. Are we crediting that Wheels is the seduction target and this is a finish?
We're not! Turnipboy's
3,
getting away with
2,
it! No, he's not!
1.
Virifaux lines up the shot but
Overtime?
doesn't take it!
No!
Whoa.
Ah! That laser! The laser tells the laser. It was on her.
It was
We
on her,
knew.
but Wheels was so covered up by that conversation, and Wheels was low lit, so it was very hard to see that there was even someone at that shelf that we could be flirting with. But I think if you looked at it closely, you could just see the low lit wheel of Wheels peeking out from behind the conversation. And I think Virifaux might have realized it in that last moment. Wait, she could be flirting. Should I shoot? No, it's probably not a flirt. Spy accomplished missions.
How the wheels taketh away, but sometimes the wheels giveth. I think if wheels had gone to the conversation circle instead and we had to talk for that flirt, I think we would have died.
I agree,
But at the
100%.
bookshelf, it just looks like we're not finishing.
And I mean, that's Viri's sniper. We watched Viri's sniper on Modern and we said, oh, how did he miss that hardtail and that hardtail and whatever else? But then you look at this game, he missed two hardtails. No one could have caught that bug, and he missed the microfilm, and yet he was still onto the spy and very nearly would have been able to take a shot.
Yeah, we are 3 for 3 now in transfer microfilm being completed in this set. It will be very interesting to see if that trend continues. There's no bookshelves on terrace or balcony, but there's a bookshelf in this game and the veranda games. We
Yep.
gotta start watching the books.
All right, here we have Virifaux going to be spying now as Salmon, starting outside. Go for a time ad. The sniper has no reason to be watching this. Just time ad. You hit a green, do another one. Do another one. No, okay, fine.
Well, Viri thinks one green time ad is enough. Not a subscriber to the Pwned Noob School of Spying. Just going to take one time ad, then go in for some statues here. Pick up the early highlight. Some people don't like to do that.
Green swap, though. My god, why are you swapping after you did a time ad?
Oh!
That's shocking. Maybe it was a
coming.
misclick. We only did one inspect instead of two, so maybe we were trying to do both inspects. Now we're turning around. Look, don't go back outside. The more you go outside, the higher a chance you can be credited if he notices the slow clock. But we're not. We're finishing the inspects. Duke is going to be swapping the statue for us. We know we're a suspect now, and I think Virifaux was hoping that Turnipboy notices the time ad and thinks, oh, it can't be Salmon. It has to be all those other people outside.
I love those bounces that we did to get those fake redirects into the second set of statues.
Look at Duke! He put the statue down and then he immediately picked it back up! He's gonna look so suspicious!
Oh no! Oh, that's so weird! Oh, that's so weird. I know why that happened. I don't know if we want to go super into the weeds here on the cast, but that's so weird.
Yeah, we can say why it happened. Basically, the hitbox on the statue pad, it's a square. Like, notice Iris, she's at the back of it. If she wanted, she could put the statue down and then advance to the front of it, because it counts as, like, a different place that she can land. So that's what happened with Duke there. But spies love to do that, because they think it'll make them lose suspicion. And sometimes if a spy white swaps a statue instead of greening it, they try to do something weird like that so that the sniper might not notice the swap as much. But it just, oh god. But look at the narrowing down of the party. Turnipboy knows that Salmon was the one at that statue. Now we're taking the guest list as well. We're about to be shot for it. Yep.
Oh. Oh, that was such a nice game. I was about to comment on how we had 3 highlights still instead of 2 because we just weren't sure who swapped the statue and it was working out so nicely, but then we went for yet another hardtail and it was one hardtail too many. And Turnipboy is up in the set just like that. Onto terrace now we go.
God, I don't know about that. I feel like if you get away with the swap, that's your hardtail, and from there you've already finished the inspects. Why didn't Turnipboy just contact and flirt?
Yeah, maybe it's because
why did Virifaux not contact and flirt? Yeah.
Maybe it's because of what happened on Modern. Virifaux got away with all those hardtails on Modern. They worked out beautifully there. Wasn't shot, wasn't even a suspect. Maybe, just feeling themselves a little too much, as they say in the fighting game world.
Yeah, must be. I mean, especially with the time ad, you had time to make sure that you did a contact when Duke was in conversation.
Yeah, we see a little bit of a cancel and rejoin here on Terrace. I think that was because Swap statue got left on.
Yeah, you definitely don't want
swap,
that.
But maybe not on this venue. Not so much on Terrace. Most people choose to turn off the statues completely. It looks like we are leaving inspect statues on for this spy game from Turnipboy, though. A little bit of an unconventional choice, but one that's been growing in popularity lately. I think Dowsy is a person who's been advocating for this style of play.
Yeah, I mean, you have the choice of either the fingerprints on or the inspects on. Most people choose fingerprints, and the reason why is because it's hard for AIs to go to statues twice. Or rather, it's possible for an AI to go to statues twice, but if they're going to finish inspects, they have to go to two different sets of statues. And so with fingerprints, it's still hard for an AI to get two of them, but it's possible, and also you can be sneaky and get fingerprints as well. You cannot be sneaky with getting inspects here.
Time ad, time ad, time ad. No,
No,
no, no.
briefcase.
We're small men. We're not time adding. We've just picked up a delegate. Now we're briefcasing with fingerprints turned off. Oh, this is sneaky.
I love it. Oh,
This
and
is
we got a
sneaky. It's
low
baiting a
light
low light. We
for
get
it.
it.
Honestly, I do not blame Virifaux for the low light. Very few spies who have turned fingerprints off remember to go for the briefcase.
Yeah, this is deliberate though. We deliberately turned off fingerprints. We know that fingerprints are off. We go for the briefcase anyway. We take that drink. We don't delegate. We're just being small men doing small man things.
Yeah,
All innocent like.
we took a contact though, and so that indicates to me that Turnipboy definitely doesn't think he's low lit. He could have felt the laser on him as he was putting that briefcase down, but he doesn't think it's for a low light. He's trying to make that other conversation look more suspicious, and I'm fine with it. It didn't give away too many lowlights. I think there were two people out of conversation, but it does make me wonder what is Turnipboy's plan right now. That's another contact coming off. Ponytail was already a low light, so there's no extra harm here. Just potentially giving more people real, but Queen gets low lit, and I think it might be because she was in with the double agent for both of them, so it doesn't make sense for her to do a second one.
We've finished up our flirt with Wheels, who, by the way, has been the seduction target 3 times in a row now. I wonder if that's intentional.
It actually could be, I guess. Has it been with Turnipboy as the spy all 3 times?
The last 3 games back to back, both players.
Oh, okay.
He had Wheels on both gallery games.
Probably
All right,
random.
now
Then.
we're taking another drink, picking up a delegate potential here.
All right.
You do actually have to do something to make people get shot on Terrace.
Well, actually, we're getting the real banana bread right now, and now I'm wondering if we want to delegate to someone and just try to get the mission win.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yep, there it is. Delegating to Orange Sorry, I believe it is. She's low lit, we're low lit, and I think Virifaux's soft lowlights might be losing him this game. But he is going to notice if the guest list disappears, but I just don't think he's going to be able to take the shot on Turnipboy. No, he's not even watching. Not even watching to see if the guest list is gone. He's guarding a bug instead.
Seconds. The first 2 games, Viri looked like he knew who the spy was, but could not shoot during the countdown. Didn't think it was a finish necessarily. This game, I'm not sure that he was onto small men at all. That was a beautiful Terrace game.
Yeah, that was really interesting from Turnipboy. 2 fake banana breads, just trying to lower his profile as much as possible. Maybe low light fish, I'm not sure. And then he just took a third one when it was available. Hoped that enough people had real that Viri just wouldn't really be able to know or make a decision about it. And then just fired off a purloin, and Viri just wasn't on top of it. Took too many incorrect lowlights. Well, only one incorrect lowlight, but took soft lowlights on people who didn't have a hard reason for it, and one of them turned out to be the spy.
Indeed, they did. I think it also comes down a lot to that purloin. We're not really seeing the purloin being responded to that well, I think, on these bar maps. A lot of lowlights taking the guest list and just not a lot of action after the purloin is taken from either player, I think.
No, you're definitely right.
We'll see what Viri does here.
Yeah, Viri can still bring this back. 4-1 is not where you want to be, but if you win this, you're back at 4-2, which means you're only behind by 2 points. That's one sweep, and that means you'd go into Veranda with the ability to hold on and then, get to Balcony. Virifaux tries to do a reverse drive-by bug here, but the Ambassador just doesn't get close enough for it to take.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out.
Oh, low light
again,
fishing.
Inspects are on again. It looks like this is the metagame now. Thanks, Dowsy.
Yeah, I think Virifaux might also just be the kind of person to be like, alright, that's the mission setup you did, whatever, I'm not going to change it, I'm fine with it. But we didn't get a low light for that. Oh, that bug was so visible.
There's the bug.
It was so visible. You could see the arm sticking out as we entered there. Turnipboy must have seen it. Turnipboy saw it. Turnipboy takes the shot.
That's Danger Zone. That is, I believe, 5-1. Is that 5-1?
That's
5-1, Dells?
Yeah, we are.
We're at 5-1 Turnipboy.
How did we get here? Modern was a split, and then, God, now we're 5-1.
Modern was a spy split. The whole world has been turned on its head. Turnipboy now on match point, guaranteed at least extra time, and Virifaux on the verge of being eliminated from their first ever major SpyParty competition. A lot of people had them as one of the favorites coming into this, just on sheer depth and breadth of experience and game count, number of games played. They're such a well-known name. They've even got their own emote in the SpyParty Discord. The Viri face is a thing of beauty.
So wait.
But Turnipboy can put it all to an end here.
I'm gonna let you finish, but did you say the world was turned on its head, or was it turnipped on its head?
Well, that would be sort of a radical dish of the situation.
So here's Turnipboy playing as Buns here on Veranda. This is match point. Turnipboy just needs to get the spy win here. Like we said, Turnipboy doesn't have a lot of competitive experience here on Veranda, so it's not a sure bet to get a spy win. But he's probably feeling pretty good. Just needs to get either the spy win or the sniper win.
Yes, one thing going in Viri's favor here is these last two venues, Veranda and Balcony, two of the more old school venues, actually not that popular among the new school players. Veranda actually one of the least popular venues in SCL Season 5. So Viri can bring it back here on these maps.
Yep, there's Viri doing Viri highlights. We saw this in Viri's last set on Veranda. We believe, we can't be certain, but scientists have investigated, and the leading theory among experts at the moment is that Virifaux is highlighting people in a conversation and then watching to see how many of them stay in that conversation, idling, and which of them leave and go do something else. Turnipboy stayed longer than the others, but he is leaving now, so that's not going to be great for him.
Yeah, that's also an awful lot of highlights. I think we're up to about 10 or so. Over half the party?
Yeah, actually, that's a little bit too many. I like the strategy that I was mentioning, but might be a little bit too much.
We have 5 lowlights, 1 neutral light, and everybody else is a highlight, including Toby.
Yeah, well, good news for Queen. She's the only neutral light in the party. Maybe she'll win an award for that.
But anyway, we're talking about these weird lights because the spy is actually not doing a whole lot here. We've got the flirt up to about 75%, but that is all of the mission progress that we've done so far, and we're down to only 2 minutes on the clock already.
Yeah, people's lights are coming down. Salmon went to a neutral light and then to a low light. There is a system here that Virifaux is using. I think he's highlighting a lot of people and he's watching the highlights, and then if there's any highlight that he notices hasn't done anything for a while and is clearly idling, he brings them back down, and then he's going to see who he gets left with. This is a fake banana bread from Turnipboy, and that's going to help because Turnipboy is not in a conversation with an SDA, and so I think that's just going to throw Viri off. When you consider Virifaux's sniping style, he seems like the kind of person to start making theories about who the spy is based on a banana bread, and he has no reason to suspect Turnipboy for it.
Absolutely. Even though we are one of the few remaining highlights, we're hardly in a conversation with anybody. Most of the sniper attention is being directed at all the full conversations on the left side of the venue until just now when we're coming back to Neutral Light General.
But we tried a
Ambassador
bug!
standing next to us, not what we want. We tried a bug, it doesn't take.
Doesn't take, but not seen. And at this point, it's like, come on, you've highlit Buns. You know that she's been in that conversation forever. She's not doing anything. Can you at least reward us with a low light? But Turnip Boy has to do a time ad right now because he has no mission progress.
Can we call the time ad Johnny? Because I really want to say, here's Johnny. Here's the green time ad. 45 seconds are added. We go for the briefcase. We're beaten to it. A nice little AI-like move there. Now we head on back here. It looks like we're still not going to make mission progress, though. I'm not sure what Turnip Boy's plan is.
I mean, Turnip Boy was probably hoping that Virifaux would shoot someone else, but Viri hasn't really been shooting. Here's a white purloin, though. We're a highlight. Virifaux is actually zooming into this area, maybe looking for the ambassador, but he can notice that list gone, and even if he's not a camper, yeah, he can take the shot.
All right, so that was the plan. The old banana bread, take the guest list, don't do anything, and hope that somebody else gets shot. But Viri is not fooled. It's a white purloin. Just shoot the person who took the list. You haven't seen anything else, it doesn't matter. They took the guest list.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a white test. Maybe there were some people who rejected before us, but it just doesn't work out. And in this case, Virifaux's highlights were correct. Whatever he was doing, it worked. All of the lowlights were civilians, and he kept the spy highlight despite a lot of idling.
Yes, indeed. I can't even pretend to know how Viri is doing, what he's doing, but nonetheless, it's working. And as some people in chat are remarking as we get caught up here, these are both players whose spies are better than their snipers, in a lot of people's opinion, and I think we're seeing why here. And Viri might just actually be more comfortable spying on Veranda, trying to make something happen here. If you can get through this game, then you can get to Balcony, and on Balcony, anything can happen. But Turnip Boy has the favored position, the sniper on Veranda, the 5 of 8 venue, and is able to close it out here. There's a lot riding on this coming game.
Yeah, and I mean, Turnip Boy has played one sniper game on Veranda competitively. He didn't win it. That's all we can give you for stats here. So it's very hard to say if Turnip Boy is going to be able to get the sniper win here or not. I mean, a lot of really strong players at the higher levels are very good at sniping Veranda because they've had a lot of practice at it. But if you haven't had practice, it can actually be pretty difficult because there's so much going on and you just can't see the whole venue all at once.
It's very busy, it's very large, it has the most statues out of any map. It's very busy, very large, very many statues. 8 big number, like Turnout 8, like Turnip 8.
Okay, yeah, I see. When you do it, I see how painful it is when I do it. Alright, here we are, stepping in for the first flirt here with Irish green dress. Or, sorry, did I say first flirt? That's the second flirt. How are we already at 68% flirt?
Yeah, we cheesed, we flirted, and then walked away, and then walked back in.
Great. Could have covered that instead of making puns, but I cannot help myself. Here's the ambassador. Do we want to bug the ambassador? No, we don't.
No. Do we want a time ad at the time ad window? No. Do we want to walk around the conversation instead of through it? No. It's Veranda.
Do we want to enter that conversation? No, we just want to poke our head in, say hi to the ST, and then leave. But there's not much going on this half of the venue, so it's a good time to steal a book out. But Turnip Boy winds the camera over right as we're pulling it out. I'm not sure that he's really on top of it, but it's pretty easy to see that Ponytail has a book right now. So I wonder if Virifaux is going to be able to get away with putting that book in another shelf. Virifaux's just going to go for it immediately. Yeah, there's still not much going on this half of the venue, so...
Merry Christmas, green and red. They are the same back here. Dells can confirm.
I'm colorblind, but I can
That's
see
a
that those
colorblind
shelves are
joke. I love you, Dells.
the different colors. Now we're just going in right here, and now I like it. Our back is to the sniper, so if you
Oh,
saw we
oh,
had a book earlier, you
oh.
don't know if we still have it or not. But we are marked suspicious, so I think Virifaux's not caught, but
I
is
think
in
that's for the
trouble.
bug. Actually, the ambassador walked right past us. We could have done a reverse drive-by. We weren't ready on the button to click to do it. It would have been a great
Green
time, I
and red.
think.
Ooh,
But we
really
didn't
nice
do it, and I think we got
contact.
highlight for it anyway.
A lot of people in conversation there, but now we're going for a white purloin afterwards. Turnipboy's going to see it.
Oh
Turnipboy's going to
no!
take the shot. That's it.
That's it!
Turnipboy gets the win. 6-2.
I am very surprised.
That's
I have to
unfortunate for
make very
Virifaux.
many very puns here
Virifaux
because that is the ballgame.
Virifaux got away with that microfilm, but then went for a contact followed by banana bread. And here's the thing, there weren't a lot of lowlights available, and so I think that's why it was easy for Turnipboy to just watch the guest list.
The red and the green didn't matter, but the difference between white and green matters. It matters a lot. We often say green purloin equals win, white purloin equals death. And that is going to be the death of Viri in this Summer Cup. And Turnip Boy is through to the round of 8.
Quarterfinals. Yep. Virifaux had a good run here, made it out of the group, got a nice win against Kuma Kid, and put up some impressive games this set, but just didn't have the edge over Turnip Boy, unfortunately. But good for Turnip Boy. Congratulations on a really, really strong win here. I mean, he was just, with Modern as the exception, he was just all over everything as sniper. And oh my god, that gallery game chasing wheels for the flirt, that was the highlight of the set for sure. I think that was one of the most fun final 30 seconds of a game we've seen so
Yeah,
far.
that's how you can tell this is a good set. Back-to-back Modern Spy wins, but the gallery game was the highlight, of course.
All right, well, that's it for now. Oops, there was text on screen saying there's another match tonight at 9:30. Just ignore that. That was this match. But we are going to have more Summer Cup coming out on the official channel, twitch.tv/SpyParty. That's coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. After this weekend, we will be taking a week off because SpyParty is going to PAX West. But then after that, we will be picking up Saturdays and Sundays again with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. For this week, I don't think there are any more matches coming up Thursday and Friday, so it's just going to be all the rest of them on the weekend.
Everybody waiting for the weekend. It's summer. That's what you do in the Summer Cup. And I cannot wait after our amazing matches today to see the level of play go even higher as we go through the rest of the top 16 into top 8.
All right. Well, thank you, Renmilia, for co-casting with me tonight.
Thank you, Dells, for hosting for us tonight and every night, and really all of the Summer Cup things that you do. Thanks to Checker, Chris Hecker, for making the game, spyparty.com, or you can find it on Steam. If you're watching these in the VODs and you like what you see, pick the game up yourself, hop on the Discord, give it a try, come join us. It's a beautiful game and a beautifully fun time.
Yep. And thank you to everyone for watching. Thanks to the players for casting us, for letting us cast them. And we'll see you soon.